I do believe we're live. So, I'll say indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again. Another conscious evolution, another daily revolution, another opportunity for us to acknowledge that we are scientists and our bodies are our factories. We can do things every single day: eat food, drink water, exercise, sleep properly, connect meaningfully with those that we love. And then, if we do these things, like the little good scientists that we are, our bodies will produce the chemistry that we need in order to feel good. It's complicated, but at the same time, it's not, right? It's one of those things that's a juxtaposition. It's not hard to do, but you have to do it. I disconnected and reconnected. Here I am again. It is Wednesday, my dudes and dudettes. It is the last day in like 2 weeks that I will be here on the farm with you, friends. Before I come back again, only for one day, and then I'll be off again to another place. So we need to absorb, suck up all the goodness, marrow from the bone of this place, because we'll have to miss it for a while. Yes, I think I'm gonna do it like that. Look at how pretty that is. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that pretty? Yeah. Yeah. I feel good. Hi Mel. Hey Nancy. It's nice having you here, friend. I am 3 weeks into my weed break. I am a great deal of time into other processes too. Taking good care of myself. I've been eating and supplementing like I'm preparing for a marathon. Hey, metric sphinx. Literally like I'm preparing for a marathon. You know, like I'm gonna climb 10,000 mountains. Maybe not that extreme, but I really have been getting myself super hyped up. Eating healthy meals, making sure I get all of my supplements in. And I am excited. I really am. I think it's gonna be intense. I won't put it past the universe to not make it intense, but I know that we're capable of dealing with intensity. Once again, it is Wednesday. I brought a chair close just to put my stuff on. I'm gonna turn on this speaker, and then I'm gonna connect this computer to it. Computer, connect to speaker. I don't listen to you. I know, not yet. Not just yet. There it makes the connection sound. Hey, did you just get here? Hey, what's up? What's up with you? I'm gonna dance now, all right? So it might be a little bit shocking. I don't think you've seen it quite like I'm gonna do it right now. Some call it embarrassing. I call it fun. One of my favorite artists posted a song 3 hours ago. His name is Menumas. The song is called Confusion. You want to get confused? I haven't heard this track before, but I love Menumas, so I have to. Okay, it is working. Good afternoon, Shani. It's nice having you again. I saw you yesterday for the first time, right? Welcome. We're gonna get some confusion. I hope it's not excessively so. I'm gonna take off this microphone. I'm gonna put it here. And then we'll dance.
strangely confused in your mind.
Get in shape, people. Not bad advice. I don't mind this Menu Mus track. It's very Menu Mus, but it feels very, I don't know, predictable is my judgment. 3, it's my scarf now. Yeah, and if I just like, then I destroy it. So I had to be like, this is a certified and employed Hatha yoga instructor, Shani. He is the shape. Yeah. Thanks, Sam. Beautiful track. It is beautiful. That's the one thing about Menu Mus. It's like it's so. His way of using melodies is magnificent, truly. But these days I listen to a little bit more aggressive stuff sometimes.
You seem to have things strangely confused in your mind.
I want like a few like good oomphs. Like oomphs. With this last one. I have a feeling we're gonna get some oomphs. Let me check the waveforms. Yeah, here it comes. Not oomping as hard as I needed to. Good vibe from New Zealand. That's nice. God's Bow. That's a cool name. Do you have a boyfriend? I have a fiance. I'm getting married soon. Nice. Thanks, man. You must. I don't know if I'm saving that track, but it was fun to dance to. Very vibey. I'm confused. Wow. I don't know if you did that on purpose. Maybe you saved that literally for the end of the stream. The song is literally called Focus, Focus. Please, mister. There we go. It's literally called Confusion. The song is called. The song is literally called Confusion. Oh, that's awesome. I love synchronicities like that. I'm happy for every choice. My fiance is a woman. I don't know why that matters. But yeah, I swing straight instead of curve. I'm happy for you. Bless you. I'm happy. I'm happy to hear that. Metric, there we go. There she joins. Hey, Joe. I love you. It's nice having you here. My darling. Sending you blessings. I might have missed some comments, but bless you. I need to drink some water before I dance more. I have a track that I have saved that I don't believe we've danced to before on stream. Yeah, it's a new one as well. Only 900 people have listened to this track ever. And I've listened to it at least 3 times. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bunch of other dudes that have been doing the same. It's a From Space track. It's called Surge. You want to surge? The second bass variation is like, the first one is kind of, but the second one is like, oh, good, good. It's funny how so many people assume you bet for the other team. It's because I dress the way I do, and I don't confide, I don't conform, that's the right word, to traditional masculine norms, Sam, right? People see a guy dancing, dressed this way, and go, must be gay, must be. My small, limited perspective on reality tells me must be gay. Siobhan, how's the sister and you little goblin? Love is true. You can have the wedding in this park. It's very beautiful there. I could have the wedding here. Maybe we'll do that. I'll have to talk to Joe about it. But no matter where we get married, I'll be happy. Oh, that's nice. I love them. I think I'll keep them. That's awesome. Yeah. Joe has been a part of the village, let's say. I love the energy. Thank you, Metric. Bless you, friend. It's nice to have you here. Are you new here? It's the first time you're here? Yeah, I do one of these streams every day. I don't dance every day. I only dance on Wednesdays. But I do a stream every day. We're gonna dance to From Space. Search. Research, not just search. Research. New here. Thank you for joining, friend.
an image produces a picture
Isn't that fun? Isn't that so much fun? Is your girlfriend watching live? Hi, Shanitas, I, the lady. Here we go. Goodness. Hey, Pod Clips. Hey, Josh. What you doing, bro? The vehicle is happiness. The vehicle to happiness is finding happiness within. You always look so happy when I see you, Melt. I work really hard to maintain my happiness, Josh. Extremely hard. And like today's stream topic is going to address that point directly. I consider this thing that I am a factory, and it pumps out chemicals. Right? My mind is the scientist, and depending on how I apply my experiments, my body produces the right chemicals. I eat good food, single ingredient whole foods, chicken, potato, spinach. All right? Then I try. I wanted to say I sleep enough. I try to sleep enough. I drink water instead of soda. I supplement creatine. I make sure I have enough magnesium. I get enough salt, right? And then my body reaches me halfway. Potato is sugar, yeah, technically, but it's better than cane sugar, Shani. I ate some potatoes today, full disclosure. Stone me, why don't you? I ate some potato, not chips, whole ass potato. I'm like the way I'm holding it. like I ate it like an apple. Not exactly. But yeah, yeah. Right. Our bodies are very capable of being happy. It doesn't need that much. But if you give it what it needs, it will do what it needs to for you. I promise. It wants you to be happy. Your body wants you to be happy. I promise. Like it's not here to be sad. I'm tossing the idea of doing both. That's the plan. We do want to do a wedding on America's side and then a wedding on this side too. I don't know if you know about that, Josh. I'm getting married, though. Ek gaan getrou word. Ek gaan. Ons trou. How about that for a development? Also some layers of happy. A wedding in South Africa for his parents to attend. Yeah. And a wedding here for your family and the friend stateside. Exactly. Thanks to whoever made the message go away, so I didn't have to be snarky. Thank you, Nancy, for wanting to come up in defense of me. I appreciate it. San knows. I second Nancy. Love is true. It's nice having you here, Josh. Bless you, bro. Get it. Hey, Adam James. That's not Adam Adamson, is it? Did you change your name? If you're new, Adam James, bless you too. Y'all ain't gonna be coming up in here to stir up trouble with recent politics. So the rule going forward is nothing after W. We ain't discussing President drone strike or anybody after him. Yeah. Again, right? Like if you want to discuss politics, there's like 55 other channels that that's all they do all day, every day. Every video they upload, oh, politics, politics. Can you believe that the politics are still politicsing? Yeah. Yeah, I can believe. It never stops, ever, forever, never. But here, we don't. All right, we do other things here so that we at least have some inkling of refuge from the bullshit. All right, on Wednesdays we dance. Come dance with your lover. She's a little bit of a while away. Siobhan, are you going to dance on Wednesday when you get there? Golly, I'm a bit shy to be honest, but I'm working myself up to it. Yeah, me and her will dance together off camera more often than we dance on camera. Potatoes are high in potassium and vitamin C. Yeah, nice. I understand. Where are you from? I don't know if you're asking Siobhan. I am from South Africa. She's from America. What? When? Yeah. Next year, probably. I'm gonna land January, February, March, February, April, March. In those 3 months, I have to get married. Ideally, we'll do it, I think, later, right? When it's a little bit warmer, maybe. We'll see. Maybe we'll do it in spring. Politics is boring, exactly. Right, and again, right, the politics are there to convince you of our separateness. Yeah, my side and their side. And here's why their side is absolute hot dog water and why our side is so good. It's like, who are we helping? Wait, who are you getting married to? To Jovan. Joe Bot, the person up in chat with the black and white little thumbnail. I'm getting married to her. Oh, Joe Bot. Yeah. She's been tuning into this live stream, Josh, since day 34. Today is day 1721. And she's been here for all of them. Sometimes when she misses them, she'll go back and listen to them afterwards. She's probably the person that has single-handedly absorbed the most of my words. Right? And despite that, she loves me. Or maybe because of it, she loves me. Where will the wedding be? America. America! Life's so bright. I'll need shades. I'm sorry. But it is getting a little bit spicy out here. After reading an article about how most, is it macular degeneration? Most eye damage happens from sunlight. Did you know that? She must be a very patient girl. Both of us are very patient people. The most patient. to have waited that long for one another. It's kind of wild. I kind of want to listen to another From Space track. This one is called Jai Baja. Jai Baja? You ready? Here it comes. Okay. Nothing wrong with that track. I am enjoying it, in fact. Well, if you can't get enough of the Melt, become his better half. That's right, bro. Invite me into your home, why don't you? So you found her online. We found each other online. Did you have microphones on? Because I think we just lost them. Yeah. Can you not hear me? Pluggo and pluggo back in the room. Yeah, might be my internet, Sam. Might be my internet. When I think of Kansas City, I think of barbecue and music. So waiting there would be really fun. We here. Okay, thanks for letting me know, Shani. This is exactly right, man. We have excellent food, a banging music scene, and a lot of really good craft beer. And Marijuana Depot. Around to choose from. You sound fine. Thank you, Nizhoni. I appreciate you letting me know too. Good. I kind of want to dance to a track that's gonna like breathe some life into me. I definitely do feel a little bit fatigued. I haven't been able to sleep more than 7 hours in 17 days. My average is 6 hours and 42 minutes, and that's not enough for me. But I can't, I like try. I really do try to sleep more. And my body is like, oh, you thought, you think you're sleeping more? Nay. Reload. I want to be reloaded. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good. Melt. So after being single for 6 years, I found someone too. I don't know if you know, bro, but I was also single for like 6 years. I'm happy for you, bro. I'm so happy for you. I remember the last time we talked, you were still, let's call it licking your wounds with that whole fractal. Like I met you when you were in a relationship for the first time, right? Bless you, bro. You're a good guy, man. Anybody who has you is lucky too. Love you, Josh. I love y'all. I want to be in the shot, but worky duty calls. We love you. Yeah, I was also like, I thought you went shot and chat. Love you, Shao. You'll get in the chat if you don't do your workies. Love you.
Take my hand and
I'm pretty sure the second drop is back. It's gonna take a second. It's coming up. You can hear them like try and build us. Oh, here it comes. Ah! Yeah. Here it comes. Yeah.
when I speak of the day, I'm sending you far away, so far away. When I speak of the day, I'm sending you far away, so far away.
Ricer, what do you think? I think it's a tragedy when anybody dies. I believe all of us are capable of change, and even if we disagree with people, it's still admirable that we can communicate. When someone's dead, their minds can't change, right? Those children have to grow up with a father. Even a bad father is still a father, right? Love is true, friend. Save the rest. It's Wednesday. Yes, it is. This trek is almost done. Made up. Yes, we are. That's it. Right? I think so. 144 BPM. My heart is pounding. Puppy jamming with his dad. Yeah, little cobras. He went and rolled into dust today, so my hands are dirty just of touching him. I don't like that. It's Thursday for me. That's true. You being a New Zealander. No, no, no. It would appear he prefers the company of other men. Another one, Sam. What? Do I look more man now? Right? Walk so wide I can't fit through doors. Carry guns. White beater shirt. Red mega. You're not the first though. Right? I have been mistaken for gay for a long time. And you know, more often than not, it's been a boon to my existence. I haven't been stabbed for it yet. I do have a gay friend that did get stabbed at the Pride Parade. You know. So I don't think it's all sunshine and rainbows. You're my motivation. Aw, you stop it. Love is true. It's nice having you here, V-Slack. It's been a while since seeing you. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Whew, I had to catch my breath again. I think we'll dance to, whoa! It's been 38 minutes. Okay, I'm done, actually. I'm done dancing. Oh, you silly. No, me. Come here, come. Let me foot scritch you, come. Let me scritch you with footers. I'll foot scritch you, you silly. Yeah. You creature. Creature. What? Creature. You creature. You silly creature, you crazy thing. You crazy. All right. Enough. I will now make like chillaxed and sit my ass down. Then I can properly read your comments. Oh goodness. My body is feeling it. I'll make you short. All right. I don't know how my Wi-Fi range is. Let me know if it's too choppy, and I'll move closer to the Wi-Fi as well. But that's only if it's worse than you expect it to be, which is already baseline bad. Some of your friends know that my internet is, how does Sam say, potato. Yeah, pretty potato internet. I cometh. Yeah, I sit it down. I'm gonna just like get this dust off my hands that the doggo gave me. That's better. I don't like dirty hands. You see, I told you he's gay. Stop, please. I'm not gay. Oh, the freaking world we're in. You know why people label? Because it gives them something to latch onto, right? It's easier for them to think I'm gay and explain all of my behavior through that lens than to ask themselves, why with me in all my straightedness, can't I be like that? Right? Why am I not dancing? Why am I not dressing in colorful clothing? Oh, because I'm not gay. Shoo! Wipes, wipes sweat in conformity. The world's not that simple, dear friend. I'm not talking to everybody, I'm talking to the few that make those assumptions. If it was that simple, people would want to be gay, bro. All right, but no, I don't think you get to choose. At least that's what I believe. I do, or did at least, grow up in a very conservative world where many of my peers do believe you can choose to be gay. All right, but yeah, the human experience is a very complicated one. Right, and sexuality is but a wow. Stop. The human experience is a complicated one, and it cannot be boiled down to something as simple as a label. I am many things: yoga teacher, on chain psychedelic artist, live streamer, business owner, friend, lover, son, brother. All right, depending on in what situation you find yourself, you'll have to conform to some sort of label, but it doesn't make you that. Sorry for eating myself. I somehow got a nick, and there was like one of those little pieces of skin, and I don't like that either. All right, all right, all right, all right. I have caught my breath enough to rechat again. I read that one. Hugh, ladies, I do think you, I think you have nothing to worry about. Save the rest of the ladies for us. I like how there's two perspectives, right? Maybe like that's why some people want to assume I'm gay as well, is that I am so appealing that it gives them a sense of comfort to imagine me gay, right? That way they don't have to compete with me for women. I'm already getting married at least, right? So I'm kind of like off the playing field. Lucky for you. You ain't got nothing to worry about from me. I am very, very happy with the person that I chose. Now it's up to you to choose yourself. All right, learn how to love yourself. And then if you're lucky enough, somebody will love that person as well. All right, my breath is coming back to me. Puppy jamming with is that like I am definitely feeling my body like it's very dry right now, and when I dance like that I sweat, and it feels like the sweat instantly dried up on me, and now my skin is like hypersensitive, and I'm like, I think the grass is also messing with me a little bit. Here comes dog. No, you are filthy. Look at this creature. He needs a bath. And definitely, dude is literally rolling in the freaking dust like the creature he is. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got to go through the wound licking process in order to love purely and know what real love is. Between us, I believe her to be the one, but bless, bro. That's beautiful. Take your time, man. Grow with her. Become best friends with her. You know, me and my beloved talk about that a lot. It's like, yes, we love each other a lot, right? In all the ways that a relationship should be. But we started loving each other as friends first, right? We formed a genuine care for one another, and we genuinely wanted each other to succeed, and we wanted to see each other happy in this world. And only after time, it became clear that we realized we could make each other happy as well. right? It did evolve naturally from that. I should do some little dancing exercises. I used to do it in high school before I got addicted to caffeine. I got addicted to caffeine and to human. Yeah, I like caffeine too. It helps, in fact, to move, right? So he's like, you don't have to give up caffeine. I haven't been caffeinating myself this whole month, and I would lie if I said I wasn't looking forward to having a coffee again. I think I might have a coffee tomorrow. I'll be on the road for 3.5 hours, so I probably should give myself an extra edge. I think no politics after G.W. Bush is reasonable, and here's why. A lot of our current economic stressors here play a part in our current spiritual lives, but discussing recent political upheavals do nothing but pick at open wounds, and that's not what we do here. We don't look for reasons or ways to argue with folks just to be right. Exactly. Right, and there are other people that do look for that actively. There are other people in the world that will happily engage in that manner with you, right? We consider ourselves, and I know that that can come off as like pompous or egotistical, and I give you that opinion if that's what you would want. But we don't concern ourselves like we try to consciously evolve. We try to be more evolved than that, right? Lift ourselves above the noise and bullshit, for the sake of our own well-being, to be completely honest, right? Not pretending that we're making the world a better place for it. Sometimes I believe we do, but very much so just from like making our own worlds a little bit better for it. That's enough too. Wait, so owning a firearm makes you manly? Weird take. No, it's just, again, right? Like, what do you want from me, Hugh? What do you want from me? All right. Well, like, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to act in your eyes for you to be like, oh yeah, this guy has sex with women, right? Like how about you look past that, all right? Look past that, and let's see the person, this person, right? With hopes and dreams, opinions, and feelings, right? Like that. There's a lot more to me as a person than who I have sex with, right? And it's like wild that we had like what three different takes about me liking men in stream today. And I'm like, I get it. I get it. You're not the first. Like one of the big reasons people assume I'm gay is because I'm not openly flirtatious, right? I never, like literally never, make advances on women to the point where those women have over and over and over again assumed me to be gay, right? Because they'll throw themselves at me and they'll be like, hey, person, nice to meet you. And then they like I can see the frustration rising in them, and then they're like, "Are you gay?" And I'm like, "No, no, I'm not." Then why? Why? What? I'm like, because that's not what I concern myself with, right? There's a lot more for me to do in this world, right? And I have found that sexuality is a very sacred thing, at least in my personal experience, right? It's almost like you have to check a bunch of boxes, right? You have to check so many boxes before we can even get close to interacting in that way. And because of that, I almost like don't even take out the checklist, right? Because if I start, then it can feel to the other person like I'm judging them, right? And that's also not what I'm about. I don't want to judge you. I don't want to judge anybody, right? I am very content in my personal experience. And I actually, for the most part, enjoy my solitude. All right. And again, big old checklist of me interrupting my solitude to spend it with people. All right. Like I have to really like you for me to take some of my time and give it to you. I feel like I'm really laying it on thick, but that really has been my personal experience. And because I am the way I am, I'm also on the spectrum. I think that also helps a little bit with the confusion, Like I am tismed, diagnosedly so. Right? I have had tests done, and my mom really has been having a hard time dealing with that for a long time. Right? The amount of books she read to try and deal with me, because again, I didn't want to be touched. right? And my mom is a little bit of a touchy-feely kind of person. And then she wants to like her little boy, and her little boy is like, no, please, don't touch me. No, please. Oh, jeeves. I can't imagine it was easy for her either. But yeah, our judgments. Our judgments say more about us than it does about the person we're judging. Remember that before you cast them. Get over it, lol. Poppy has his own dance called Attack Dad's Foot. You be jamming. Oh, yeah, exactly. Your opinions. You mentioned gun, so I asked the question. Metric, did you sign up as a member? That's awesome, bro. I thought Jovan might have gifted a membership or something, but you just did that by your ace? That is so wholesome. We got a new friend, and he became a member too. I appreciate that. Sending you blessings. No, 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 no. Fair enough. I don't think it makes you more manly, though. It does give you a sense of security. Yeah. Again, some people do assign masculinity to firearms, right? Like the average person, right, that has a gun, more often than not, is a man, right? And in that way, we form these associations, right? Like men equal have gun havings, right? I personally feel that if I was carrying a firearm, that just increases the likelihood of me murdering someone exponentially, all right? That if I had to get really angry, right, and I don't have a firearm, the worst I could do is give him some fisticuffs, whip his, whip his shit, right? But suddenly, now having a firearm, now that's one of my decision tree options, right? Pull out thing, point at person, and end their existence, right? And I don't know if I'd be able to live with myself if I did such a thing. So I'd rather just not have a firearm with me, right? That being said, if we go the way of like 2077, Cyberpunk 2077, and I can get cyber arms, right? I'll probably get gorilla arms instead of mantis arms, right? I don't know if I want swords in my arms, but I would like to flip cars. I think that would be pretty rad as well, right? And do I want that because I'm a man and because I have testosterone flowing through my body? Maybe, maybe. I'm willing to admit that much as well. But I would do it from that perspective of security as well, right? It would make me feel more secure. But again, that says so much about the person and how unsafe we feel in our current society. And even though that's said, I've never really been in a position to be in danger, right? Never have someone really threatened my existence. I'm very lucky to not have had to deal with that. More often than not, I just have a conversation with the person. Aw, Jovan, I appreciate you keeping the space a sanctuary. You're not getting paid enough. That's what you think, bro. I am a creator, right? Last I checked, my creator token is literally worth 81,000 US dollars. Right? That's pretty big money to me, bro. At least here in South Africa. I trust that by the year 2030, I'll be a Zora millionaire. Oh yeah. I would like to be an actual millionaire too, but at the very least, a Zora millionaire. What have you created? Digital sloth. That is the like an appropriate assumption for what it's worth. Stinky paradox. Hot username. Because like a lot of the content that is being created on Zora is AI based. I, however, pride myself in not using AI for my work. All right, let me show you some of my work, Stinky. I create this stuff. Sorry about that. Yo, what is this token you speak of, Melt? Oh yeah, yeah, Josh. There's this platform called Zora. All right, let me show you. Here's my Zora platform. Right, Zora is essentially a token built on Ethereum, and then it's essentially like a social media platform. I see it as a Instagram competitor. Right, so token is down a little bit, but there's my market cap, and there's my art, though. there be my art. So people can buy my work. People have bought my work to the tune of $3,600 worth, right? And that's like in the last 2 months. I have moved 70,000 Rand through my content. But yeah, right? So here's me art. And this stuff, right? Like you cannot make this with AI, Stinky. Yeah, hand created. Oh, I don't mean AI, not to be rude, but is it digital format, right? Or do you hand draw slash create? I do hand create, right? Like this is literally my hands work. Every single one of these lines, right? Like I have to painstakingly with a pen. It's like that's the only way it gets like that. This is a PNG, right? So you should be able to see it. This one has too many edges, but you can see, right? That's a PNG. It's not a square, right? And again, this stuff, I don't know if you'll be able to see there, is 5K quality. So yeah, you can't make that with AI either, right? Like it starts falling apart when you go this high fidelity. And another layer, stinky paradox. I make this out of myself, literally. All right, let's see if I can find my old iteration of yesterday's work. Yeah, all right, right. So that is almost like one of the final states. And then if I go there, that's the clothing that I wore yesterday. Yeah, you've seen some shit like that? I don't think so. I don't fucking think so. Nobody has done shit like that. Just me. Me and my specialness. Tap self on the back. Yes, I'm so great, you know. I'm so fantastic. Stop it. Myself. I'll come up for myself, bro. I'll be the first person to come up for myself. I'll kick down the doors of the universe to get to the other side. 80K is insane. It is, bro. Like it, I'm just as flabbergasted for what it's worth, but like it really is wild, dude. You know, and I'm not joking that I'm going to $1 million market cap. I will. I will not stop. I will literally, like, and I'm not even joking about this, but I'll literally go to strangers and talk to them about that platform. To the point where this weekend that's coming, I'm going to a festival and I'm going to be doing a workshop. I'm going to be basically teaching people about the creator economy. There we go. I need to update my tablet again. I think there's a new update available, but after I updated it last time, it messed with my shiznit. The laughter you give me, good, Josh. I'm happy that you enjoy my content. Yeah, I am an entertainer, right? I am also an educator, but I do believe that people take a lot better to being educated when they don't realize it's happening, right? If I only sat down and I'm like, now I'm gonna teach you something, whether you like it or not, right? Suddenly your brain is like, I'm not gonna pay attention. But if I come at you with a little bit of a funny, right? Before you know it, you're laughing, and maybe you had learned something. Maybe you had learned something about yourself, ideally. Yeah, that's nice and all that, but I said it doesn't need to be AI to be digital slop. It can just be mirrored and perfectly symmetrical, and not impressive, but not horrible either. Thank you, Stink. I appreciate your validation. I feel so much better. I'll sleep well tonight. I am laying it on thick, Stink, because again, right, I have sold more than 10,000 US dollars of art. Right? That is actually a real statistic. More than 10,000 US dollars. And not on Zora, on my Patreon. Right? I've sold a few thousand Rand in actual physical pieces. I have moved $3,500 in 2 months on my Zora platform. Right? So whether you believe my art has value or not, the literal market, right? The universe has been like, yo, We like it. Can I have some of that? Right? People have literally come to me, right, at festivals. Like I sell my art at festivals. Then they see my art on someone else's device, and then they find out that I'm the one selling it. And then they come to me like, "Can I have some, please?" Yeah, of course. Of course, you can have some flowers. I love to give flowers. I'll give flowers every day, right? And in that way, right, I have been at least financially validated by our current market sentiment. And in a world where we're going to see more and more AI art, right, those that do still make stuff themselves is going to become increasingly valuable. And that's why I've been able to garner so much support on Zora as well, because literally 95% of the content on there is people just making AI stuff, right? And some of it is okay, but a lot of it is really bad. Like grit your teeth kind of bad, right? So I kind of get. That's why I like instantly I was like, I get why you'd say that, because I kind of have those biases in my mind as well of like, oh, AI slop. It's just slop, right? Has no intrinsic value. But then it like takes like 5 seconds to realize that mandalas, right, which is like a derivative of my art, has been around for 2,000 years. Stinky. People have been making mandalas for more than 2,000 years. All right. And for something to stick around for 2,000 years, it has to have value. All right. Yoga has been around for more than 5,000 years. Or is it also 2,000 years? Marijuana use have been around for more than 5,000 years. All right. So in this way, like there are these things that humans clearly value. And that's why I show up in this way. We've been talking for thousands of years. That's why I talk. We've been doing yoga for thousands of years. That's why I'm a yoga teacher, certified. We like art. We like looking with our eyes at pretty things. So I make pretty things, right? I only have so much time in this life. So what am I going to do with it? Am I going to spend my time telling people online that they create digital slop? Nay. It wouldn't be a good use of my time, would it? Would it? Would it? Is it a good use of your time? Will you be happy that you did that at the end of your life? Will you look back at all of your YouTube comments like, oh, that one time I told someone they're gay? I don't think so. All right. And I am very pressed. I think about legacy a lot, right? I try to make the world a better place in my own way. And it is hard. I'm willing to admit that much as well. I'm coming up on some of the comments that I missed up top. I see these like said, I'm excited for your upcoming trip. I might go to a festival Sunday here in Chicago, but it's $100. You. That's rough. That is pretty rough. I think this festival is going to be $40, and it's for the whole weekend. And I don't have to pay for the tickets because I'm going to be helping at the art gallery. I'm going to be displaying some of my art actually. So yeah, I'm happy that I at least don't have to spend that money. So all of my budget, yeah, that's a lot. I don't think it makes you more manly. I agree as I carry one off. Why am I not surprised, Hugh? I love that I like literally instantly like you were like, oh, and then I instantly like put my finger in your eyeball. I was, oh, what? Just because I have gun, I'm no man or whatever? And then you actually tell me that you do carry. I just thought it was a weird gesture, how he did show he was more straight of a gun. Yeah, yeah. You feel touched? Good, good. I'll touch you, bro. You touch me, I'll touch you back. I'm happy that you got your soulmate. Thank you, Sean. Me too. So I went with Mel to an event once, and the ladies couldn't take his eyes off him. No, stop. Oh, low-key got jealous. That's thank you, I'll say. Josh, I appreciate that. Love is true. Love is true, bro. I'm going to sleep. It's 3 a.m. Rest well. Metric will see you again. I think he was gently mocking your assumption that he is less straight because of his appearance. Yeah, exactly. That was exactly the mocking I was making. Thank you, Mojo, for echoing that as well. You coming in with trigger energy. What do you want from me, Hugh? An emotional reaction so that he can have some fun at your expense. This is a troll. Humongous. Are you for real, dude? Oh, that's his name? I didn't even read the whole thing. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure the guy that calls himself Humongous and has a gun on him at all times has a has a really has a really I'm gonna stop my sentence there because you already know. I'm sure. I'm sure it's very. Oh, you're a comedian, bruv. Yeah, love is true. Get to admit somebody. Uh, it just sounds to me that Hugh wants to talk about gay stuff, which is totally fine. But today's topic is about chemicals or something. That's right, Joe. Thank you for actually like steering my mind into that direction a little bit. Today's dream topic is about the fact that we, every single one of us, at least I believe, are scientists. Right? The actual scientists, the studied scientists, probably like are doing 360s in their graves. Bear with me, scientists. I'm making an analogy. We are scientists, and every single one of us wake up inside the exact same lab. And that lab is this human body, right? And depending on which experiments you run, the food you put into your body, the water or soda you put into your body, the amount of caffeine you drink, endogenous chemicals, external chemicals, right? Nicotine or cannabis or psychedelics or synthetics, right? You are basically experimenting, putting things into this lab and seeing what happens. However, as that process unfolds, you have to be a good scientist. You have to learn from the experiments that you're running. If you keep eating bad food and you keep feeling like shit, then you need to be a better scientist and be like, oh, I have determined that if I eat food that my body hates, I feel like trash. And maybe I'll try and eat food that my body doesn't hate, and then I'll see how I feel afterwards. All right. And then if we can do that, iteratively, day by day, and actually be good scientists, take care of our laboratory, then our laboratory will start taking care of us. You do produce a lot of chemicals, right? Like I see Zano here too. How's little Seth doing? No, Vincent doing. Sam's is Seth. How's Vincent doing? It's nice having you here, friend. I'm having a conversation about the human ability to produce chemicals, right? We are literally ceaselessly producing chemicals. I would like you to throw some stats at me, all right? Just to like almost like impress upon my audience how ridiculous it is how many chemicals our body produces ceaselessly. I've been doing this live stream for around 1 hour and 10 minutes. How many molecules of dopamine, how many molecules of testosterone, how many molecules of serotonin has my body produced just in this 1 hour? Give me rough estimates. I know that it's not very easy to determine, but I want just like some statistics to like be wowed by. Yeah, and then I'll come back to comments a little bit more. Do 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 do. Skibidi bobbity. I recently found out that in absence of availability of firearms, people use knives and explosives. Yeah, that happens too. I haven't needed any knives or explosives, but I've also not had any firearms, right? So I think it's again, right, like outliers. There's always outliers. People that want to cause harm will find a way to cause harm. You can cause harm with your fists as well. Skippity bobbity on the digital right with no physical matter. I do have physical prints, right? I don't know if you're still here, stinky paradox, but there is my work in reality, right? I can touch it with my finger. Where's your mom? And there's another one of mine, right? So, is that good enough? Maybe it's only good enough if you use a pen to make a work of art, right? God forbid you use your tools, right? Every single person that plays a guitar, not an artist. Every person that has ever used a pencil, not an artist. You should use your blood and your stumpy fingers to draw on rock faces. That's the only real art. I'm still kind of triggered. I've seen you draw one of those at Jay's house. It's true. You were actually there for it. The laughter you give me. Yeah, it's nice and all. Bless again. You've grown exponentially since we last spoke. It's true. I never, I never stop, Josh. Like that's really the process that we're all almost like worthy of. To say it in so many words. Your human body is capable of a lot, right? Including desolation, including death. But that's not what we're here for, is it? Melt, are you recording the workshop? I do want to. I do actually want to record the workshop. Can it be monetized? I guess so. If I record it, and I plan on actually recording it as footage instead of as uh, like a live stream. And yeah, and then I'm going to edit it. And I would like to get like multiple shots, and then I'll upload it to my YouTube again. Thank you for asking, Nancy. I appreciate you giving extra ideas. The universe sees your consistency and therefore rewards you. I'll keep showing up. Thank you, Josh, for showing up with me, friend. I do believe that that's one of the things, as well, is that if it wasn't for you, friend, showing up with me, I wouldn't be getting rewarded by the universe. The biggest reward from the universe is you, friends, right? Every single subscriber that I gain, I'm doing subscriber because it's an actual person, right? Subscriber is just a word we use, but every person that decides, you know what, I'm gonna come here again at some point, right? I would like to almost like bookmark this little space on the internet. That is extremely valuable, all right? And I feel like we definitely have been desensitized by the numbers, forgetting that we are actual human beings on these platforms, right? When it's just a number, it's very easy for us to forget. That's awesome, buddy. I'm happy for you. It's not impressive artistically, but I'm classically trained and pretty smug about monetary success. But monetary success is impressive. Thank you. That's a good place for us to like reach some consensus, Thinky Paradox. I agree, right? Because again, many, like literal thousands, there are thousands of, as you said, classically trained and very smug artists that can draw a human figure with expertise that I have to spend my 10,000 hours trying to master. And they haven't sold a single work of art in their life, right? By all metrics, I am at like 10,000% more successful than Van Gogh was when he was alive, right? And I know we're not supposed to compare, but in that way, I'm very grateful for my audience, right? For you friends, because again, my my monetary success is directly attached to my soul, and you friends almost like seeing the soul that I am, right? And making your own assumptions, right? Like if I was the kind of soul that's going to spend your money that you give me on blow and hookers, then you probably wouldn't want to give me your money. But because I ideally believe that I don't give off that vibe, you might be more likely to. I am going to add more value to this universe. I didn't show this part. I don't know if you're still here, Stinky Paradox. Maybe I should show you this part. All right. I still technically have the business, but I'm going to be closing it down when I leave for the States. Uh, I started a business doing 3D mapping for festivals. Is it in my downloads folder? You see, the sun is absolutely beating the shit out of me. It's so hot. But I'm getting dope. I'm getting vitamin D, and I'm getting red light exposure, so it's fine. My brain is appreciating it totally, I'm sure. There we go. If you're still here. That's my art, literally used as visual mapping. Thousands and thousands of people have seen my work. I've done 5 festivals. So yeah. Right. Like and in that way I've gained monetary success as well, at least. Have hired me to put my art up on their stages. And again, I could have been classically trained. I could be the best live portrait drawer on earth. I can draw every hair with a pencil in perfection. But guess what? Nobody is gonna hire me to come and display my work at a festival because nobody wants to see that. Right? Or maybe somebody wants to see that. But people don't want to see that while they're looking at a stage, right? People do want to see something a little bit more, how do you say, on a psychedelic side, right? And I do like creating psychedelic art. So in that way, it's a perfect matching. You know, I meet myself halfway. Hello, lovelies. Bless you again, Zano. It's nice having you. Josh, I don't know if you're still here, homie, but thank you for becoming a member of the space as well, bro. Bless you. 5 gigs? That's amazing. Yeah. We did White Rabbit. Then we did the first conclave event. Then we did like a mini conclave event at the joint. Then we did another conclave event at Sound Room. And then this year in March, I did another outdoor festival for conclave. Right. So technically 5 events that I've able to do. 5 gigs. And then I also did some like other work, you know, smaller stuff on the sidelines that I didn't get paid for. So I don't know if I count those. New, 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 new. Okay. The laboratory. Oh my goodness, Zano, that's hilarious. Me talking about us being labs. And Zano is like, my laboratory makes milk now. She has a child, a newborn baby. So that's true. You eat food, and then your body literally produces milk so that you can feed your child. That is magnificent. Truly amazing. Missing you a lot. Always here for you, Zano. It's nice having you. Just for support, brother. Thank you, Josh. Your support means a lot, bro. It's impossible to determine how many chemicals are in the body. The body makes it an hour. It's true, but that's why I was like, please just give me some estimates, machine. And it did. I'll get to that if I meet the bottom of the comments. Stinky Paradox. Nobody is talking about guns. Yeah, we're not talking about guns anymore. That was just like one of the me making a joke. All right. Just just kind of like laying it on thick. The fact that it landed so perfectly, just like it's like chef's kiss to me. I love when I hit the nail on the head like that. Oh, I'm not saying it's not art. I'm saying it's not advanced artistic skill set. I didn't say. I never claimed I am an advanced artistically skilled person. I never said that. I just said I'm an artist. All right. And I make art. And I do it every day, consistently. And I haven't stopped. And I will keep doing it until I'm dead. Right. And then by that time, I would have made hundreds of thousands of works of art. Right. And even if one of them is seen as valuable, I would have succeeded. All right. And then technically, people have, again, maybe for my work, people have my art in their homes. People have my art on the back of their cell phones. People have my art on their computers. People have my art on their printers. Right? I have like a whole little list of photos of all of the people that have my art that I asked them for photos to take of me. Right? So like in that way, I feel like my art is more useful than some of the art that we have in our world, right? That can only be on a wall somewhere, right? Art that's in a museum. Is art in a museum more art than my art is being in someone's home on their printer? I don't know. In my opinion, art is there to be seen. Art is there to be enjoyed and appreciated, right? And in that way, I feel like I have definitely met. I have met the quota. Melt, where do I go for membership? I think you are a member now. Welcome to Melter. I think you are. Maybe you're asking like if it like adds something. You should have some access to some of the content, right? Like I have a video where I like show almost like a speed run of me making one of my flowers. So you should have access to that stuff right now, Josh, but I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Again, I'm not saying it's not art. I'm saying it's not advanced artistic skill because the computer is doing half the work. Not AI, just digital utilities. I don't know about you, bro, but I literally don't know a single modern artist that doesn't use a computer in their process, right? One of my favorite artists right now is Jovan, and she uses a computer all the time, right? After she does her drawings, like on paper, she takes a photo of that and then she brings it into her computer and then she proceeds to digitally manipulate it, right? One of my other favorite artists is Ten Han. Ten Han, he also uses digital. There's a freaking machi in front of my camera. He also uses computer. He's like even using VR goggles to like help him put his art on walls these days, right? Does that make him less of an artist? No, I think it makes him a smarter artist, right? You can hold on to legacy systems, right? Only a pen and a pencil, or let's even go further than that. No, pen is too technologically advanced. Only a pencil, right? A piece of graphite wedged between two pieces of wood, shaped into a tube, right? And then a slice of tree. That's the only way it's real art, right? And like, I'm sorry to say, homie, but you're not going to be able to sell that, all right? If it's about monetary value, people are 10 times out of 10 rather going to buy my art than they're going to buy yours. People don't want pencil drawings anymore, right? We have become too dopamine deprived. We like colors. We like the psychedelic. We like the visually interesting. And pencil drawings just ain't cutting it anymore, Holmes. Right? You have to evolve. You have to. It is up to you to evolve. And if you don't, then you will be left behind. Musicians are artists because they're making artistic decisions in phrasing, dynamics, and the rest. You don't think I'm making artistic decisions in the exact effects that I use, in the exact patterns that I choose, in the exact colors that I accentuate, in the exact shapes that I find appealing? And then afterwards, the process that I spend in cutting that flower out in the way that I want to see it, right? Like, it feels like you're splitting hairs. Feels like you're splitting hairs, and I think you're missing the point a little bit. Dynamics. Obviously, if they composed what they're playing, not correct. They have they have sold a single work of art because they care about the work and they know they don't to sell it under value. It sounds like a bunch of hot garbage to me, homie. I'm sorry. Again, right? That just sounds like, oh yeah, the reason I haven't sold any of my art is because it's more valuable than people want to give me money for it. Right? Like that just doesn't compute though. It's like people buy things that they value. And if they don't want to buy your art, right, they don't value it. Then in that way, people have been buying my art because it has some sort of value to that person. And with like my token, for example, right, I set the intention to put 10% of the value that I make with the art that I sell back into the token. So every single person that chooses to support me will literally, in perpetuity, benefit from that support, right? Like I'm technically not an artist. Maybe I can agree with you. Maybe that's what you want. I actually didn't consider myself an artist for a very long time, Stinky. I consider myself a technomancer. And you're like, what is that? Maybe you know what that is. A technomancer is someone that combines the power of magic and the power of technology. I believe that consciousness is a type of magic, all right? And the way that we apply it is magical. And I use my technology to accentuate my conscious experience, right? I will 100% put chips in my brain when I become, like one, wealthy enough to, and two, when the technology matures to the point where I can access that easily. I will turn myself into a cyborg because the ambition I have for the art that I'll create is not just that, right? This is a microcosm. This is where it starts. I want to build entire stages, right? And I want to be able to manipulate those stages with my mind, all right? I can be in the crowd. I can be dancing alongside the rest of the people, triggering effects, changing the colors, dimming the visuals when the music slows down, bringing it bright up again when the music becomes more intense, right? Like those are the ambitions I have, All right, if that's not an artist, then again, educate me. Let's see if you're gonna convince me otherwise. New, 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 new. Skibidi bobbidi, boopty boop boop scoops. Mm-mm-mm. What is your biggest life lesson that you've learned? Believe in yourself. That's the biggest life lesson that I've learned, right? Because people won't believe in you for you, right? Nobody will believe in you for you. They might help, but again, they can believe in you all they want. And if you don't believe in you, you'll almost like be irritated by them. You won't believe them. You'll be angered by their belief in you because I am not someone to be believed in. How dare you believe in me? All right. So that's the biggest lesson that I've learned is to actually believe in myself because that's literally been the only thing standing in my way. Right. Every single time an opportunity arises, me believing in myself is what makes that opportunity possible. I have never failed, right? I can say that. I have never failed at an opportunity that has been provided to me. I have felt very stressed every time, right? The imposter syndrome inundating my mind. But I believed in myself regardless. I did my research. I showed up with the intention of being a success. And because of that, I have been every single time. You sell the Mandalay because you are not attached to them and wouldn't need to be attached because it's just a digital copy. Yeah, maybe that's not wrong, right? But again, you're proving me right in a way, right? Like, and again, for me, the real value in my art is the actual file. And I have sold those as well, right? Mojo, I don't know if he's still here. Mojo is the one friend that I have actually sold one of my original pieces to, right? And because I sold him that original piece, he's the one who gets it, right? I'm not going to sell that piece to anyone else, right? So in that way, he didn't kill that piece. Like that piece is his. And for me, the real value is the actual file. My art is 50 megabytes a pop, right? The big ones. They go down to like 34 megabytes. But I don't know if you know, but that's big, right? Like a song. Like when we used to like, uh, let me not box myself too hard. Uh, when we used to be able to download music, right? The first song that I downloaded was between 800 and 4 megabytes, right? 800 kilobytes and 4 megabytes. So one of my works of art have more information in it than 10 of the old songs that I used to have, right? Like there's an extreme amount of fidelity in that. And that to me is extremely valuable because as our technology progresses and as all of us upgrade our screens, my art will still be crisp, crystal clear, right? And I would like to almost like offer the services of like putting a square 8K screen in someone's home, and then they pay me some sort of subscription fee, and then they get to see a whole new unique work of art every single day in their home. You walk into your home, you don't know what new beautiful piece of art is going to be on your wall, right? Boom, value. I created fucking value, and I'll do more. I'll create more value. Pavlov, that's a wonderful question. Mel should get the Stuff Worth Saying book to answer you. I do have a bunch of life lessons in there. It's true. I need to still digitize that as well. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll just have to like get really bored at some point and then I'll sit down. It's like 100 and something pages, so I'm gonna have to spend some time doing it. Melty, I'm so proud of you. Thank you, Zano. I appreciate your love. You've been here for a long time. You've been seeing me grow. Sam Myers, advocating against gun rights is all the reason to pick up his computer assisted artwork. Just like he said, he hasn't put in the 10K hours. It's not bad what he's doing, just not impressive. You do it. If it's not impressive, you try. You try showing up for thousands of days consecutively. I'd like to see it. All right. And then after you've done that, after you've shown up, because again, I've made one of those works of art, literally, right? The exact number. Let me show you, bruh. Let me show you something, bratanas. There it is. 1,354 days consecutively. These files are big. They're having art. My poor computer is like, yeah, oh, you do something for 1,354 days consecutively, and then you try and call yourself unimpressive. You try. Oh, you see if you can manage it, and then you can maybe like you consider why I am so vocal. Right, egotistical. You might consider me pompous if you want. All right, I know my worth, bro. I don't need you to tell me, at least. Hmm. Uh, awesome. Is it here on YouTube? Yeah, 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 yeah. It is here on YouTube. In my opinion, his dedication to his work is impressive. I love how Jovan is instantly on the same line as me with the impressive. The way he shows up is the art. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I love her more. I make physical art, large scale oil paintings, small scale sketches, body painting art, and whatnot. I personally don't see his skill to be any less than mine. It's just different. Yeah. And again, if every single person on planet Earth was making art the exact same way, right? If there was some sort of predefined, this is how you make art, and then every single person proceeded to do exactly that, do you think it would still be considered art? Really? Really think about what I'm saying. I don't think so. It would just be another thing. It'll just be more slop, as you said. All right. Oh, well, another oil painting. Well, another, like if every single person only painted, for instance, Bob Ross paintings, right? That was the only painting that got made, right? And again, every person that made a Bob Ross painting and all of Bob Ross's paintings are works of art. I consider them works of art. But all there was if all there was Bob Ross paintings, would we still value it? Really? I don't think so. Unfortunately. All right? It would just be another thing. Skinny, nice dry bud. He's been creating those flowers every day for the last 4 years. And he only spent 1 hour a day on that. He spent over 1,400 hours. Yeah, and I spend way more than an hour a day. All right. I thought my monthly Patreon payments, which I'll switch to Zora, made me a member, but I guess not. It does. It does make you a member of the Patreon, but Patreon and YouTube don't talk, Nancy. They don't have the same protocol, right? They don't. They're not in the same ecosystems. Patreon wants your money, and Google, which is the owner of YouTube, wants your money. So when you're a member here, you're giving some money to YouTube as well. Love to you. I appreciate your support, no Nancy. Not 10K, but you need to find a way to get off your high horse butt because you're pissing me off. No, that's just incorrect. Perception of value is subjective justification. How valuable if it can be copied infinitely, instantly? I never said it's not real art. I said it's not impressive. I do think you're making artistic decisions. Yeah. Again, right? I love how Jovan actually like made the point even better than I did. My process is the art, right? And you literally, if you value that art, get to own a piece of it, literally, right? And with Zora, I can tokenize that. So you can own multiple pieces of it, right? And if my art gains value, then you have the liquidity to actually sell some of my art if you so wish to. Where in the traditional art world, I don't know if you think about this as well, Stinky, if someone buys one of your traditionally trained works of art, right? And they thought, yeah, this drawing of a woman's body is worth $1,000. And then they bought that from you, and then they put it up against their wall, and then they spent some time, and maybe they invited a partner into their lives. And then their partner was like, I don't feel that drawing of a naked lady is very tasteful. Please get rid of it. Who do you think is going to buy that work of art for that $1,000 you paid originally? Nobody. All right. Maybe you'll be able to convince someone to give you $10 for it. All right. But nobody is going to want that. Where with the tokenizing of art, you actually can. There's what you call a liquidity pool, right? And if you put the liquidity in, that liquidity, if you're an artist like me, won't disappear. And then you can 10 years down the line, maybe you need a new hip replacement. You can then sell the art that you bought from me at a premium because, again, the market appreciates and my value alongside that market appreciates too. And it's tangible, it's on chain. All right, like that's the kind of world that I'm operating in. It's a very different world, bro. We're like operating on different planes of existence, right? I'm not saying the plane of existence of drawing things with pen and paper is any less important. That's how it started, all right? But it's not that anymore. That's not what art is anymore. That's how art starts. All right? That's like the ground level, you know? And I'm building in the clouds. I'm trying to build in the clouds right now. No, 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 no. Skibbity bobbity. Not everyone is gonna be impressed. That's fine. Jovan, I didn't know you made large scale paintings. It's true. I kind of like want to show you one of Jovan's pieces actually. Jovan is really good. I want to show it. I want to show them your what's his name? Uh, I don't know what his name is. That scary dude. I'll find the photo. Yeah, I found him. Jovan painted that. I don't think this is the finished one though. No. Here's the. This is her cousin, with the creator of this character. Look at that. Jovan made that. Right, look at how big that is. So yeah, Jovan is artiste. It's really cool to see. I love you so much, Joe. I wanna hug you so tight. I feel so supported by you. It melts my mind. Uh, it's not. No, 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 no. Look at those canines. I do have little fangs. It's true. Yeah. And I do plan on living for thousands of years. How about that, Stinky? That's also a part of who I am. Oh, I'm gonna live for thousands of years. Don't believe me? Watch. Watch. And every single time I have to have my teeth replaced, if I don't at that point grow them back, I know that we now have the ability to literally regrow our teeth. All right. But if I have to replace my teeth with like new synthetics, I'm going to replace them with titanium. And then every single time I like redo my teeth, I'm going to make them just a little bit longer. All right. Every 100 years or so, I add like a little millimeter. So by the time I'm like 1,000-year-old being, I have like these big old vampire fangs. But until they start hooking onto me and cutting me, maybe I won't. But I will push it a little bit, just a little bit of pushing it, just like just a little bit of ridiculousness. Ciao, Melt. I'm going to evolve now with a fat bong rip. Bless you, bro. Do that and then meditate a little bit, Josh. You're probably not here anymore, but actually, right, if you're going to be partaking of some Mary Janes, do spend some time meditating. Do some breathwork exercises. It will serve you really well. Mary Jane can be used as a tool for spiritual evolution, but it can also be used as a tool for or a crutch for spirituality as well. It depends on how you use it. Yamato, it's nice having you. My dad is back home. Man, that sunset back there is nice as well. The sun is setting on us. I'm gonna read some of these last messages and then I'm gonna finish up. No, 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 no. They weren't oil paintings. The biggest oil paint was 3x3 or something. I can't remember. It was a sweet little sticky chicken named Peanut. I look forward to seeing that sticky chicken. Silly, silky, silky, not sticky, silky chicken. Jovan actually told me about the silky chicken that she painted that's in her home, and she looks forward to showing it to me when I actually walk into it. Jeeps. I didn't say you weren't an artist. I consider you a techno artist. Yeah, I like that. I make techno art too, and I don't value it in the slightest, in contrast to the physical mediums, and I have no problem selling it. The point is, you are defending an inferior skill set as if it is not. Draw your dog on canvas with oil, and you'll be 1,000 times more accomplished and won't make a dime. That's the difference. Yeah, like maybe we are differing a little bit on that. I agree with you, dear friend. I get what you're saying. I have done, like physical art as well. But in the same way, I don't value it, right? The art that I've made, I haven't drawn a dog, but I've drawn a bee, right? I've drawn a bee, like actually drew it myself. I had a photo and then I referenced and I made the bee. It looked like bee. But to me, it was valueless because I wasn't skilled enough to like get all of my shading right, to the point where it felt authentic or beautiful, maybe I should say, right? And because it wasn't beautiful to me, it was worth no more than the paper it was on, right? It was worth more as kindling for fire than it was as a work of art. Where my digital art is the exact opposite, right? The floor for one of my digital artworks is at least $55. Mojo helped me set that floor, right? That's the minimum I'll receive, right? And in that way, it's 55 times more valuable than the work that I've made with my fingers, right? Because again, it's a matter of aesthetics to me, right? What is beautiful? Like art does, I believe, need to be beautiful, right? And even though I'm not exactly the kind of person that likes, I forgot what that world is called, right? I don't like slasher films. I still think Chauvin's work of art is a work of art, right? Because it's beautiful. It is actually beautiful. It's not the kind of beauty that I want for myself, but there are people that want that kind of fractal, and of that fractal, it's a beautiful iteration thereof, right? And in that way, I can make beautiful things digitally that I have a little bit of a harder time making with a pen and paper or like painting it on a canvas, right? And again, it is about the beauty for me. It's so silly. Love is true. It's awesome. I I want to honor you, Joe, so much. I feel you honoring me so deeply in this space, and it like makes me want to lift you up higher as well. Mm, inferior skill set. Somebody tapped a banana. Somebody taped a banana to a wall, and they kept it as part of the exhibit. You can stop. No form of art is inferior to another. Thank you, Sam, for echoing that. Yeah, oh, exactly. Someone taped a banana to a wall. Like, how much skill do you need to do that, Holmes? And again, that was valued at millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. I think something like $17 million, right? If I make $17 million with one of my pieces of art, I'm pretty much waxed for life, right? I never have to worry about money ever again, right? And I think I have a little bit more skill than taping a banana to a wall. So, splitting hairs. Why are we splitting hairs, right? Split hairs are bad for your head. You have to cut off the split ends, all right? Mm-mm-mm. That's just compression sizes, the uncompressed WAV files of those songs. Yeah, it's true. You are right. I actually do have my music in WAV files as well. All of the ones that allow me to download it for free on my SoundCloud. And they are up to like 40 megabytes as well. But in that way, my art has the same amount of information that one of my songs have, right? Like 8 minutes of Cytrons equals one of my works of art in information. Sam, I consider the banana tapers much less skillful than the man on the screen. Art's value is metaphysical. Skill grows with time and attention. Even when we pick it apart, the way it makes us think pushes conscious evolution forward. Melt creates from a gap consciousness built here in this space. Oh, agape. Melt creates from agape, consciousness built here in the space. The stream is where it began, and that's what his art is for. The true skill is the commitment. I love that. You are Bob Ross because you create variants of the same thing for over 1,000 days. Is true. It's true. But again, right, if every single person was doing that, then my art would have less value as well. Nobody is doing it the way that I know. What have you done? No, 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 no. Now I'm really not happy. Oh, no, no, no. I'm so upset. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't done talking. Right. Again, Sam, I feel like at least there was still some sort of dialogue happening. Right. And this space is about dialogue. Even though not everybody agrees with us, that's fine. I don't feel like he was being just like straight up derogatory. Right. Yeah, like I was still reading those. I was still reading those. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Look at the hair. The Terrifier. I forgot about that one. Love is true. Damn, Jovan, happy Halloween. What is the point of comparison in this way? Is it destructive or constructive? That's a good point to make, Jovan. Yeah. I feel like there definitely does feel like a little bit and again, like that's the way I almost like saw this whole interaction where one entity was almost like showing up with destructive energy, right? Like trying to break down my artistic skill. And I was building myself up, right? Constructing my artistic skill and what it means to me and what I stand for. So there was definitely a back and forth happening. There was a conversation happening. Hmm. I don't know if you remember me, but what's up? The Gaze Boy. It's nice having you here, friend. It's nice having you here right now. Art is subjective. Melt, what would you sell? Would you sell all of your art into one digital NFT? Interesting that you say that. Technically, my token, right? My MeltMore token is all of my all of my art as a single NFT, right? As a single token. So technically, the platform that I'm using makes it so that that is the way it is. So you're not far off, Josh. But again, I probably wouldn't, right? I wouldn't sell all of my art as a single NFT in the way where I lose ownership over it by doing so. And even if you wanted to own my entire portfolio right now, you would have to spend upwards of 80,000 US dollars to do so, right? So it's going to be a little bit of a hard sell. But we don't figure the cost of materials into the final value of the art. I'm an artist as well. We don't look at our canvases like okay, that tube of Minocredone was $9. It ain't like that, man. Like, and now I don't know what the context is for these comments. How people get facts and opinions all mixed up. You, like, I don't even know if it helps me reading these comments because I don't know what they're replying to. It's so silly. Your art is inferior. No, yours is. That's an opinion. That can't be proven. Yeah. And again, if we start getting into those layers of comparison, then we end up kind of like leaning back into market sentiment, where I can be like, well, if my art was inferior, then why has it been selling? Right. And then in that way, like the art that's being bought is the superior art. Right. And again, then we're like reducing ourselves to the amount of dollar we make, which is also, as Jovan said, destructive, right? Because the process is what's valuable. That's what we're showing up for. I love making my art, right? That's the value in it for me. I love it. Me, love it, right? And again, when I'm in an open state of mind, I love it even more, right? That's the thing as well. Like I've had moments with my own art where I'm like absolutely like flabbergasted by the magnificence thereof, where I'm like, holy shit, that is something, right? So much so that one of the works of art that I'll be displaying, I don't know if I want to sell. I'm like fighting a little bit inside myself where I'm like, I can like make another one technically, and I would like to make it even bigger if I do, but I have that one, and I might be willing to let go of it if someone wants it more than me. We'll see. Mm, This reminds me of tension in music, where a songwriter and composer spend years studying music theory, which is no easy feat, and then someone uses GarageBand or some other app and creates a song. Yeah, these days with like Suno, these days in Suno, you can literally go, make me a song of a hillbilly singing about his lost dog. And then literally in 5 minutes, there is a song with hillbillying, singing about his lost dog, right? And yeah, you can do that, right? Like again, and like those people would be like, no, that's not music, but y'all, technically, yeah, my internet seems to be having a hard time. I'm wrapping up. I'm at the bottom of the comments at least already. The GarageBand production isn't valued in the same way, but most people don't care. Exactly, Nancy. You're completely right. Interesting. Beeple, a digital artist, sold his NFT the first 5,000 days for 69 million US dollars for his first 5,000 works of art in one single NFT. You could do that, right? And again, like maybe I will do something like that down the line. I have only made, and again, I don't know how Beeple makes his NFTs, but I've only been able to make 1,354 original pieces. And it took me 1,354 days of my life. I literally poured my heart and soul into every single one of these works of art, right? And in that way, that is the value that it holds. Nobody else has been spending their lives making these things, and that creates value. Here's yesterday's piece. These are one of my, like, actually one of my favorites. One of my favorite 4-day ones, definitely. Oh, Jovan with her heart eyes. We got some heartsies there. That's basically a heart right there. See if we can see more of them. Not just yet. Oh, but this one made me happy. So satisfying making this one. Look at those. Hot damn. Somebody stop me. Yeah, same with people. It took him 5,000 days of his life. You see, bro. That's what I'm doing now, dude. That's the fractal I'm creating for. And I do know, because again, like I'm doing this as well. So this is also adding like another value layer, right? Where 5,000 days from now, I will be even more known, let's say. And then it takes one person, right, that has more money than they know what to do with, that like sees me and goes, holy shit, bro, you have been doing live streams every day for 5,000 days? What's wrong with you? And then I go, yeah, and I've been making works of art. And it's like, what? Yeah, also for now 4,000 days. And he's like, what the hell? Show me. And then I can point him towards my Zora, and he can go, Yossi, you have works of art, and then suddenly, like absolutely drops both bombs on me. Actually, a friend called Flick. A Flick bought 1,000 rand worth of my work today as well. Here is like the back of my posters, right? I created the QR code with every single one of those posts, and then it links. It links to this work of art that I posted on Zora, Josh. So when someone now buys one of my works of art, they can literally scan the back of it and then see on chain that work of art as it exists. And then 10% of that money that they give me for my art, I will buy into that token and I will send it to them on chain. So not only do they have an actual physical work of my art, but they can have the tokens that basically prove their ownership of it. right? Love the gold signature, right? The gold really ended up working out well. I asked my mom for a white marker show, and then she brought me one that I couldn't use. So my sister gave me a gold one, and I think it works perfectly. And there's one of one with my little signature as well. I feel like I've butchered my signature. Every time I'm like, that's not the perfect way. Could be better, but eh. C'est la vie, such is art. Such is art. I'm very happy. Very bo stoketh. Super bo happyeth. One more time of me showing you. A day of my life encaptured in a work of art. Like this little bitty bitty make me so happy. The way that it makes me like just like ooh, you, ooh, yeah, ooh, ooh, I like that. Oh, that's so satisfying. All right, now I'll read for you. I'll read for you the little piece. It's called The Weight of Purpose. Without a thread to stitch the day, the hours fray, unravel stray. A mind without a song to hum begins to wonder why it's come. The body slows, the spirit drifts, the heart forgets. The heart forgets its hidden gifts. But when a reason sparks the air, the whole of you declares, I'm there. A call to rise, a place to tend, a path that knows not start nor end. Purpose is the pulse beneath, the breath, the flame, the hidden wreath. It lifts the bones, it sharpens sight, it paints the dark with sudden light. Not grand, not gilded, but not always loud. Sometimes it's simply standing proud to know the morning waits for you, that something needs what only you do. That is the alchemy of the day. That is the reason that we stay. So do not ask the mind to bloom in empty air or hollow room. Give it soil, give it rain, and you will feel yourself again. That is fucking awesome, the QR thing. So, Melt, I've been building an AI company this year, and I'm so excited. We're launching next month. That's awesome, bro. Yeah. AI is going to make a great deal of millionaires, Mr. Josh, but you know that, though. You know that, bro. I'm sure you'll do well, dude. Are you going to be offering like marketing services to people? I would like to sit and have some more conversations. Maybe you can give me like some cliff notes. AI company does this. I also actually want to start an AI adjacent company. It's going to be still like visual front end, but it's going to be AI prompted, right? Like I want to create like a visuals company for businesses where they essentially get to walk into their buildings and then they get to like have a conversation with a language model, and then that language model outputs information into their space that aligns with that person's view of what they want for the day. All right, maybe they want to celebrate spring and then we green the entire space. Maybe they want to celebrate autumn and then we make things a little bit more orange, right? So I'm there with you, bro. I'm proud of you for doing things. You got this, man. I'm going to give you a second longer to let me know if you do. Oh, huh. Yeah, my comments seem to be broken. Yay, YouTube is fantastic. We like it. I'm going to see if it's going to load here. Podcasts doing things. Nice. Jovan blessing him too. I'll see for one moment longer. Has been another minute. There we go. So my first model will be for the everyday person not knowing what to cook. That's nice, bro. Yeah, that could be helpful. Especially so with more and more people actually wanting to cook their own meals because fast food has become a luxury and a bad one at that, right? I don't enjoy fast food anymore. Right? Like there's no part of me that feels a sense of excitement. Right? There's kind of like a sense of dread of, yeah. I don't know if this thing is still live, but I am gonna finish it because it's kind of like pushing me a little bit now. I love you. Thank you for joining me, friends. I'll see you again soon. We'll do some more streaming tomorrow. I won't be here though. I'll be in a new space. I love you. I'll see you again tomorrow.